What is up, everyone? TCT back again. We are here at Big Lick Con in Roanoke, Virginia. Check this out. Here we go. Let's go in. Guys, I just met Amy Jo Johnson. She was the Pink Power Ranger. Very sweet. Really impressed with my comic book variant that I had. She lit up like a Christmas tree when she saw I had it. I'll feature it right here and let you guys see it. Got to meet one of my favorite Power Rangers of all time. She was so nice. I'm so blessed right now. Wow. All this Pink Ranger stuff. Look at that original Turbo Man. Look at that. Look at that.
Big Lick Comicon friends, we are probably
Ghostface. Wow. Guys, I just met Lou Ferrigno. Dude's really cool. Look. Awesome or what, huh? More to come, guys. Guys, we're in line right now for our photo op with Amy Jo Johnson, who you've seen autograph my Funko earlier and my comic book. So we have photo ops with Amy Jo. By the way, I got some neat little prizes, little surprises to show you guys. But this has been a pretty fun event. Guys, I had to show these off. This is insanely priced, but check this out.
everyone getting like paid enough to where they're like happy to show up to work.
Wow.
And to the point where it's like the story is good enough that everyone really cares about it and wants to put their heart and soul into it. And I think that's kind of where the show really captures.
Getting the
that,
Superman with the John
really
Williams.
Kind of that mix of both. It felt like
All right.
those first few seasons we were like it felt like we were in indie production. Yeah, well, you know, it's an interesting.
Non-edible
like,
props. That's awesome right there. Look at this.
How many of you guys have seen the final episode of the main show?
Wow.
Nice. Good amount of you guys. Yeah, so I feel like it was like a great.
That caught my eye right there.
Well, it's hard because you have.
Check that out. At the Crystals from Superman the movie.
You know, they know
Really
that,
caught my
like, that some of these characters are going, like, you know, specific ones are going to live and are going to come
This
back.
one's signed though. Look at this.
So I think it's hard to really like wrap up, you know, so many storylines.
Impressive.
You know, I've been on the show for
The Smallville stuff. Look at this.
I've done, you know, done other projects.
How much are these?
$5.
$5? Not bad. How much for the kryptonite? They light up, right?
Yeah, they're 10. 10?
10 for the kryptonite? Shoot, all day, all day. Give me one of the kryptonite and one of these.
Oh, you want the base too?
How much is the base?
Another 10. I get remote control
That's
for
fine
it.
with me. That's fine with me. Absolutely. Got my kryptonite now. Ah! Look at that. Look at this stuff.
Yeah, that was a weird time when I was 13. So, other than that, like, you know, most of the stuff was not put ourselves to be affected by personal needs. So, do the job and not make everyone else as miserable to work with us. So, it's,
Giant Pokemon. Look at that.
5% of the time, totally fine.
Name a question, and then we're going to get.
Oh, look at this. 25. That's nice though. Oh, I got one of these at the last one. I'm thinking about it. Really thinking about it again. That one's nice. It's $10 though. Let's see this one. I don't have that one. That's the Millennium Necklace. That's the Millennium Necklace. Huh. Something to think about.
I am Claire. I am your moderator for this next panel. Are you having a lovely time at Big Lit Comicon?
No.
Louder, let's go. Are you having a good time?
Now you know who she is.
I like to hear. Do we have any Power Rangers fans?
The moderator.
The audience? Yeah, shake your hands. Yes. Okay, cool. Well, I'm expecting a huge noise for our next guest. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Please welcome to the stage the wonderful Amy Jo Johnson. Keep it going till she sits down. That's it. And louder. love it. I love it. There you go. Take it easy.
Hi guys.
Welcome to my living room.
Thanks for sticking around. That was a fun day. That was an intense day.
Yeah. How's
You
it
guys
been
are
for you?
awesome.
Been busy today?
It's been really busy. We just finished. And thank you for hanging out and hanging around, and yeah, that was fun.
I like these events because, you know, you get to meet fans. It's like the sort of physical embodiment of all the work you've done, their stories. You know, what is it about meeting the fans that's so wonderful to you? Have any touched your heart over the years? Any stories in particular?
Oh my god. You guys, like, the best fan base in the world is the Power Ranger fan base. Woo! Just the sweetest people. And you guys were children when I was on that show. And here you are now as adults. And it's really, really cool, because when I went in to go do Power Rangers, I was, 21 years old, 22 years old. I had it was my first job, it was my first audition. I did not know what I was getting myself into. I just knew I had a job on television wearing pink spandex. I remember bringing home the pilot to my pals, all my friends in Los Angeles, and playing it for them in the first episode, the pilot episode finishing, and they all looked at me and they were like, oh, wow. This is before it hit the air, right? And then within that next year, it went on the air, and it was like, holy smokes, like the children just loved it so much. And I had no idea, honestly, I would say until about 10 years ago, when I sort of switched from acting to writing and directing, did I realize the impact that show had on so many children from years ago, when I went to go out to make my first short film, and the amount of support I got from this like Indiegogo campaign was so overwhelming. And then I think I did my first Comicon almost 10 years ago now, was my first one. And since then, it was that interaction and actually getting to know you guys and getting to meet a bunch of people and hearing these incredible stories that I realized how sweet of a fan base it is too. I mean, I couldn't, it's just really, it's kind of such a blessing in my life. So thank you.
Speaking of stories, I know that you've always wanted to be a storyteller. I loved hearing the fact that when you were younger, you used to make up these stories in your head, and I did the same thing with my brother, maybe in a different way. It was like I was always wanting to do this. So we would like record ourselves on cassette tape, interviewing one another. Like, did you just always know from a very young age, this is the thing I want to do? I'm very certain of it.
You know what? I think I didn't know exactly what it was that I wanted to do, but I literally used to lay in my bathtub and think of stories to the point that would make me cry, and that was really fun. I would just lay there and make up like these dramatic stories of like running out of school and something happened to somebody and running down to the beach, and like literally I would imagine things until I had tears running down my face, and that was super cathartic and fun. So I think at an early age I was already a storyteller and starting to write, but honestly I didn't realize that I could until I was about 40 years old, and I started writing my first screenplay, and I had been writing a bit before, but then I stepped on set and actually directed something, and then actually I sent my first screenplay to John Hamm because I had done a series with him, and I heard that he was directing, and I said, do you want to direct this? And he wrote back and he said, why don't you direct it? And I was like, why don't I direct it?
Yeah.
I had never given myself permission to actually dream bigger than what I thought I was allowed to do, if that makes any sense.
Why was that, do you think?
I don't know, I think I was conditioned as from, I don't know, in the society, and what, like my job, my role was to be an actor, and that was my role, and to think beyond that, it wasn't for me, it was for a man, or, you know what I mean? I don't know what was in my head, but it was wrong.
Yes.
because I realize now I've discovered my passion and like my true, what I want to do is write stories and direct them and make them into movies, and I can, right? And so that's pretty cool.
Okay, please forgive me, American friends. Please forgive me. Oh my God, it's so great to see you. I don't know why I have to talk like this, like I'm slightly crazy and I've had too much coffee. Or it's like, yo, bruh. It's like, I don't know why I just vacillate between the two. I'm sorry, don't hate me. Sorry, I get like 3 claps, that's fine. So now, we have to hear Amy.
So now, no, I'm kidding. I was just gonna copy you.
Okay, go for it. I'm saying nothing. Amy, if I asked you...
I can't, you guys, I can't do my terrible
Are you
accent.
sure? Alright, okay.
I don't know. No, I can't.
Okay, I'm not gonna
I have
finish
to
it.
have my script in front of me, and I read it out loud, and I I can't do it, you guys. I'm not gonna even try. This is a private thing that I do on my own, but for some reason I read it in this accent, and I can hear the cadence, and I can tell if rhythmically it's working.
Why is it that accent? Now, you don't have to do it, but why in that accent is your brain going, that's the way I'm feeling it right now? Is there a character from
I
when
don't
you were
know.
younger?
Maybe because the one script that I've been writing takes place in Newfoundland, and there's this tiny island in Newfoundland where everybody has like an Irish accent
okay.
because it's from Irish descent.
Sure.
And so I'm being them as I'm reading it out loud, and so maybe from that.
In the future, go back to doing TV directing or something of your own you can talk about that you're directing?
Yeah, just slightly. I can't fully talk about the 2 films that I have, but I can a little bit. So I wrote 2 movies. One's called What We Become, and that one is a sexy thriller. Yes, I know, a little bit out of my, oh, there's my boyfriend.
Love it.
It's called What We Become, and so I, been writing that for over a year and a half, and now I have a production company, and we're casting, and we're moving forward with that one. So that one's going to be super fun. It's a thriller, and then I have this epic romance love story called Ends of the Earth that takes place in Newfoundland, and I've been writing that one since 2020. I went and I actually isolated in Newfoundland during the pandemic and wrote it while I was there. Isolating in this house on the top of the hill is where I got the idea for the thriller, actually. So it was all kind of happening at once. Anyway, those 2 movies are my babies right now that I am diligently just keeping the faith and moving forward, and I'm telling you, it takes so much to get a movie off the ground. It's like there's a lot of people and a lot of factors just to come into play and have like lightning strike. So I'm hoping lightning strikes this summer.
Hello, and thank you so much for being here. By the way, you look lovely. It's really,
Thank you.
yeah, amazing that when I was in 3rd grade, you look as good now as you did then.
Stop it.
No, I'm not hitting on you, I promise.
He's about to ask a terrible question. He's just buttering you up. Sorry, go for it. Please go for it.
Thank you. So my question is, I understand that you have fantastic taste in guitars, Martin, right? So I'm curious if you're going to continue playing, or if merely that's maybe therapeutic or what have you.
I'm so happy you asked, because I should mention that I've been recording all summer, and I have an EP that's going to be coming out in, let's say, 3 months. Right now we're mixing and mastering, but 3 songs that are brand new, that are just like sort of, music has always been a cathartic passion of mine, and so those songs are going to be coming out soon. And honestly, in the last 4 years, I've written most of my songs on piano lately. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for asking.
Okay, my friend, name and question.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I just had one weird question about writing. Do you have any advice for anybody who's like writing and you just hit that wall in your story where you just don't know where to continue?
Yeah. A couple of things. One, go take a walk, maybe, and just sort of let it ruminate. 2, just press save, and then just write. Just write crap. Like your whole first draft should be a vomit draft anyway, and you should just keep going till you write the end, because you'll find your breakthrough. Just just write crap until it turns good.
Thank you so much. Hello there, my friend. What's your name and question?
I'm Urban. How are you? My question is, are you going to be involved with any of the Netflix new Power Ranger stuff?
Not at this time, but I would be very open to it, especially
Please
with our
do.
comic book, and like I have so many ideas. I would love to be involved with the franchise in some way, for sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello there. What's your name and question?
Hi, I'm Josie. If the return is a success, which it probably already is, are you gonna ever do a sequel series to it, or like add on more teams or things like that? I'm so sorry, I'm awkward saying this.
No, it's a great question. If it is successful, me and Matt have already started daydreaming and have ideas for a sequel for sure. For sure.
Thank you. That was a great question. Thank you very much. Okay, hello there. What's your name and question?
Okay, one thing is I do have a question. Oh, my name is Catherine Waz, but I'm actually Katie. I would like to say that you're my very first Power Ranger I have ever met. You made my childhood dream come true.
Oh, sweet. I love that.
Speaking of that, I'm actually 7 years old when the Power Ranger first came out. So speaking of adults, yeah. Plus I have a birthday.
There you are. There you are.
Plus I have a birthday this month too. So you're also making one of my birthday wishes come true.
Aw, happy birthday.
Thank you. The one thing is, and I'm going to tell everybody this too, but back 20 years ago, I was the first person with a special needs to be crowned homecoming queen at my high school. 20
Congratulations.
years ago. Well, actually, you guys made the hero of my life when I was 7 years old with autism. I mean, you guys were the one that actually, a lot of kids like me back then, we got picked on a lot. And it was a hard time dealing with me, with being teased and picking everything until you guys came on the air. You guys gave me courage. Then later on throughout my life, leadership skills started building in, and that's all about being a leader to a team and being a leader to everybody else. So you guys had made a really big input in my heart, big time for me in my childhood years.
I love that. See, that's what I mean. That was like that first job that I didn't really know what it meant was such a blessing. So it's really nice to hear
And
that.
please get a chance to read a letter about me and message me back.
I will. I have your letter.
Okay, my question is, once I get stuck on again, is that I'm still crying. I know a lot of us. You guys all know about Jason David Frank and all that, right? Okay. Anyway, so my question to you is, this is where I get stuck on. I knew your character went on to the Panel Global for gymnastics. Right after that, you wrote a letter, dear John letter, to Tommy. So this is where I get stuck on. Did Caroline ever fall in love after she wrote the letter to Tommy?
So right now, my brain is in the world of the comic book that I've just created with Matt. And so that never happened.
Oh.
So you need to read the comic book. And so you'll find out the trajectory because our jumping off point is different. So the original Rangers stayed together and Tommy and Kimberly actually got married. Yeah, read the comic book.
Thank you so much. Can we have a round of applause, please? Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Okay, who's next? Hello again. What's your name again?
Blair.
Hi, Blair. Please tell me your question. Go for it.
Okay, so also I'm gonna add, she's a Power Rangers fan that made me start watching it. I have to call her out specifically because she's my bestie. But I was gonna ask, what kind of stories do you like writing in particular? Like your favorite type, or do you just like writing all sorts of different things?
I think my favorite is writing love stories, stories about human nature, stories about struggles that we go through and finding the humor within those struggles, because I think life can be pretty painful, but if you look at it, sometimes it's really funny, even when it is painful. So I think those are the stories that I love writing about. Although I did enjoy writing the thriller, which was different. That was not so funny. Or at least I hope it's not. I mean, it was bad.
Thank you, my dear. All right, who have we got up here?
Hi, I'm Riley.
Hi, Riley. Right, straight to the mic. What's your question?
So being a ranger like in the suit on the show
Blue
than
Ranger.
going into.
Wave at us, Riley.
Hello.
There you go.
Sorry, sorry.
All right.
No worries. So from being on the show as a Ranger and then switching to writing for Power Rangers, like what's the biggest difference between the two?
My goodness, huge difference. Although being a Power Ranger was so long ago, so that's like almost like a distant memory of actually putting on the costume and hanging out with David Yost and my pals. Although I still hang out with David. And the revisiting it as a writer has been really fun, a bit cathartic. I actually went back and watched the shows for the first time, because as an actor, I never used to watch my work. Even on Felicity or anything, I would never watch the episodes. So that was a lot of fun with Matt to go back and actually watch the episodes. So I think it's just a different hat. It's like a whole different brain, just sort of revisiting it as a writer as opposed to being actually Kimberly. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Riley. Thank you. Where are we at now? Oh, hello, my dear. What's your name and question?
Riley.
Go for it, Riley.
What is your favorite episode you did
on the Power Rangers? I have a couple. One is Switching Places with David. I really love that episode. And I really love doing Power Punks with David. That one was super fun. And then I loved Bloom of Doom as well, because that one was all about Kimberly.
Thank you, Riley. Thank you. Hello again. What's your name again?
Edward.
Hi, Edward. What's your question?
So most of the time you were Kimberly, but when you played the other characters, like Switch Places with David, or you played Rita in one episode, what was the acting like? Because everyone said you had the best acting range of the whole show, according to all the original actors.
Oh, that's a sweet compliment. I think I was given some really fun stuff to do as well. Maybe more so than the other actors. David got a bunch of them, with the switching plate. So whenever I got a script that I got to see that, I become Rita, or I'm, becoming David or Billy, or a power punk, or any of these things, that was exciting for me because you get to just really play and get out of your comfortability zone, and that was always that would make me happy. So I loved getting those scripts a lot.
Thank you. Good question. Thank you very much. Hi there. What's your name?
I'm Chris. Amy Jo, thank you for being here. It's nice to see you. My question is actually a spin-off of the Blue Ranger back here. So when you're going back and you're watching with Matt, the older episodes and how it started, and you mentioned distant memories, right? What is a fond distant memory as you go back and watch the original crew and team and even the producers and DPs up behind the scenes?
Yeah, it was a special time for sure. I think for me, doing the show was almost like that was my college or my university. I did go to school in New York for a little bit, but we were so young, like 21. And so I learned a lot. I think my biggest learning curve on set was etiquette and respecting the crew and respecting the fact that everybody needs to go home and maybe letting everybody do their job. I remember when I first started, I was constantly wanting a mirror to look at my makeup, where I learned very quickly that that's somebody's job to come in and do your hair and makeup, and you just need to trust them, So there was a lot, hitting a mark, walking up and hitting a mark. I don't know if I'm answering the question the way you're asking, but I think for me, I learned a lot doing Power Rangers on a technical base of being an actor within the industry, which was something you have to learn to people, the rest of the crew wants to go home at a certain time.
Thank you very much. Do we have any more questions in the audience? Oh, hello, I'm so sorry. What's your name and what's your question?
Hi, Amy Jo. My name is Travis. I wanted to say thank you for everything you guys have done over the years. It's been really incredible just growing up watching the show. Just like you said earlier, now being an adult, especially when I was a kid, going through school and dealing with those triumphs and tragedies and everything, and then getting information. Basically, it was kind of like a after school special. Basically, coming home watching Power Rangers every day, learning how to go through things at school. So thank you guys for that. But I wanted to say that Dreaming of a White Ranger is actually one of my favorite episodes, because I believe it's the only episode where you guys do not morph. And it really cast a spotlight on like the cast itself, because they were using them like themselves in the, like, I guess, spirit of Christmas to figure out the problem, to where they did not have to morph at all. So I wanted to get your take on when you guys had to do episodes like that, when they didn't need to use the Sentai footage, that you could definitely like use your acting skills and do a complete episode like that.
Yeah, those were always a lot of fun, which happened, I think, more and more later on after that first like swoop of like 50 episodes, when they ran out of the footage even. You know, but those ones were fun. I remember that one. Was that the Christmas one?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that it almost felt like we were shooting a little movie.
Zero morphing in that. Like that was, you went in there and threw snowballs.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So that was, and we did a Western one,
Yes.
and I think we did that one in Australia because we were still shooting the movie, and so we ended up shooting that. Any time it was like, felt more like we could really, you know, dig our teeth into the scripts we were given, and I think all of us, the whole cast, was kind of like excited by that.
Thank you so much for your question. Hello there, what's your name? What's your question?
Hi, my name is Nita. I was just wondering, what is your favorite prehistoric animal?
I love that question.
Well, it would have to be a pterodactyl.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It actually is a pterodactyl.
We have time for maybe another question. Is anyone? Oh, we've got someone over here. Right. Tell us your name and tell us your question.
Hi, I'm Jake again. What was like the hardest day on the space between? Tell me about the filming of that.
Yeah. Oh, the filming of that was a blast. So the Space Between is my first feature-length film that I wrote and directed, and we actually went and stayed at a university in Guelph in Canada, and the whole cast and crew stayed in the dorms. And so we would finish shooting, you know, I don't know, at 5 o'clock, and we'd all meet on this big rock and have a beer at the end of the day, and then go back, and then wake up in the morning and go shoot again. And it was such a great experience. Everybody was there, just like all hands on deck. We were just like, and I hired my friends as the cast. So I don't know how to explain it. It was a very special time, and we went 100 miles per hour. We had 17 days to shoot that movie, and I don't think it looked like it was only $300,000 to shoot it either. Like, we had airplanes in it, and like, I mean, we would, like, I remember driving with the DP, Kristen, and we see this like blue hearse go by, and we followed that hearse until that hearse pulled over, and we were like, can we use your hearse in our movie? It was like things like that. Like, everything was sort of magical. Like, we just made this movie happen. And it was a lot of freedom, and it was just a lot of love, and it was a lot of fun. It was, thanks for asking. It was just like such a, and I made sure all the actors were my friends, besides Michael Ironside. I didn't know him yet, because I knew it was going to be a big learning curve, and I knew I needed those actors to be really patient with me, and just to like prop me up and support me, and that's what they did. And Michael Ironside, he still texts me like good night almost every other night. He's just become like a really good friend. So it was a great experience. Yeah.
Wow.
I will.
Thank you. Guys, give a round of applause for the fan questions. Thank you. And also Marshall, who's got the mic. We say thank you, Marshall.
Thanks, Marshall.
Thank you, Marshall. I love that, Marshall. Marshall's getting too used to this. His head's getting big, you guys. Now, before we end the panel, I've got some fun questions for you. So I wanted to ask, what is a book you recommend that everyone should read? A book. Yes. Yes.
It's called Power Rangers: The Return.
Loving that. I'm loving that answer so much. What's a film you recommend everyone should watch?
That everybody should watch?
Yes, something that
Oh my
everyone
god,
should
my
watch.
brain, you really got me at the end of the day when my brain's
I'm sorry.
mush. I love Captain Fantastic. I don't know if anybody's seen that movie. It's called Captain Fantastic. It's one of my most favorite movies in the whole world. I highly recommend it.
Is there a story in film, television, or literature that you've always related to? Something maybe when you were a little girl, something now that when you saw or read that you really related to? I'm so sorry.
Quite my brain
Let's
is
go
so
then.
dead right now. Nothing's coming to my head right now. I'm so sorry, guys.
No problem.
I'm
Okay,
brain
and finally, what is the best piece of advice you could give to people who want to get creative?
My best piece of advice to people who want to be creative, to get creative, is just be creative and just do it. I rotate around my house from painting to playing the piano to writing to meditating to whatever, and I'm self-taught on everything that I do. So I just experiment and play.
I am so happy we got to talk because I cannot wait to see what you do next with your writing, your directing, and your music, which is incredible. So, guys, you're here tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm back tomorrow all day. I don't know if you guys are, but it was really nice to see you and meet a lot of you, and thanks for coming out.
Guys, huge round of applause for Amy Jo Johnson.
Well, guys, that's going to do it here from Big Lick Con in Roanoke, Virginia. I hope you guys had a good time watching the video. It was a really fun day. I got a lot of cool stuff. I got a Kryptonite rock. I got a Smallville poster, a Lois and Clark poster, a Power Rangers poster, a Dean Cain autograph. I got an autograph from Lou Ferrigno and an autograph on a special variant from Amy Jo Johnson, special variant of her new comic book, The Return, and also a Funko Pop from Amy Jo Johnson. I've had a really great day, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And as always, this is TCT signing off. See you guys on the next video.